Important question on statistics. So let me draw the diagram given. So this is the frequency chart. As x-axis, you have y-axis. Now this is the mass of the seed. Okay, students are given the experiment of measuring the mass of seed. Okay, certain seeds are given to students and the mass is calculated by students. And we have 100 students. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 100 students are actually given this experiment. The measurement of the seed ranges from 1 gram to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay. Now let me give you the curve. Now I'm trying to draw this curve. So it plateaus at 100. Okay, so 5 and 6, so from 10. Okay, I need to bring it like this. Okay, so graph is not a scale. Okay, it's an approximate flight. Okay, now we have to find the median. Okay, so estimate the median for this chart. So when we're talking about the median is located at the 50th student, because there are 100 students are there. So they want to know on an average the mass of the seed. So that has to be calculated. So 50 approximately, if you were to look at 50, so 50 is located over here. Okay, so you have to plot this like this and go up down here. Okay, you have to actually go down to this measurement. So obviously this marking is a little bit way off from the figure. Okay, so if I were to do that, the actual figure, the 50th mark is falling somewhere over here in the actual figure. So if I were to push this a little bit further, avoiding this curve, then if I were to drop this, then this drop is approximately at 3.2 G. Okay, because I'm drawing it in freehand, there is no scale here. So that is the issue when we draw freehand. Okay, so the median is approximately at 3.2 G. So that's the answer to the first question. So the next they want us to find the upper quartile. Quartile. Okay. Now the upper quartile will occur at the 75th percentile. That means the 75th student has to be located. Okay, so go over here and check. 75 is approximately over here. Okay, now you have to drop a perpendicular. So if you drop a perpendicular, then that perpendicular to scale will reach at 4.3. This point will be 4.3. So Q3 is the upper quartile, it's going to be 4.3. Okay, 4.3 G or GM. Next they are asking us to find the lower quartile. Find the lower quartile. Now lower quartile is nothing but Q1 will occur at the 25th percentile. Okay, so locate, what do you have to do? Locate the 25th student. Right, so go over here and locate the 25th student. 25th student, this is 20, right? So 25th student will be somewhere over here. This is 25th mark. So if you drop a perpendicular from this line, not the second line, from this line, then this point will be 2.3. Okay, so Q1 is equal to 2.3. Now they are asking us to find IQR. Now IQR is nothing but Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. My Q3 is 4.3, my Q1 is 2.3. This is nothing but 2 over 2, which is nothing but equal to 1. So IQR is equal to 1. So you have to box these results. Okay, box it and show to the examiner. Right, so you can get easy scores on all these. Now this is actually the semi-interquartile range. Okay, it's not just the IQR, it is semi. That's why we are dividing by 2. Okay, so have that in mind. Now having mentioned that, now what they are asking us next is to determine the number of students whose estimate is 2.8 grams. So we want to find a number of students who have reported the weight mass of the seed to be as 2.8 grams. So what you have to do, you have to go over here, locate 2.8. So if I were to locate 2.8 and move up, so you have to move up from 2.8, you have to move up. As I mentioned to you, graph is not to scale. So if you were to hit this point, this is approximately 38 students. You will have an answer of 38 students. So if you draw it in scale, you will be able to reach this value. So conclusion is 38 students reported the mass to be equal to 2.8 grams. Okay, so that is the conclusion for this question. So we move on. Okay, so we are given a table and we have to complete this table. Okay, so this is the mass of seed and this is the frequency. So between 0 and 2, less than equal to 2. So number of students who have reported the mass to be between 0 and 2 is given as 20. Now we will have to find the number of students who have reported the mass to be between 2 and 4. Now if you go to the graph, right? So let me just take this. If you go to the graph, what you have to do is you will have to locate the value that is corresponding to M4. Okay, so if I were to have this to be as a graph at 4, you have to draw the line, say mass is equal to 4. Let me just use this, say just go place your ruler and locate the value that you see here. this value on your chart will correspond to 68. So 68 will be the number of students. Now you have to get the value for 20. So or I would say for 2 grams. So this is for 4 grams, this is for 2 grams. So 2 grams is already given to be as 20. So what you have to do is from 68 you subtract 20, you get 48. So that should be the frequency here, 48. Okay, so after you have got this, you will have to locate for this value, which is between 4 and 6. 4 lesser than equal to 6. So strictly, okay. So at 6, if you were to go to 6 grams and locate this point is approximately located at 93. So from 93 you take away 68. So what do you get? 5 and 8, 25. So 25 will be the value here. Okay. The rest of the values are already given. Okay, between 6 and 8 it's given as 6. Between 8 and 10 it's given as 1. Okay, fair enough. Now this value you have located is 93. This is critical. Why it is critical? The next question they are asking is a student is selected at random, chosen at random. Find the probability that the student estimated the mass to be greater than 6 grams. So above 6 grams, the number of students who have estimated above 6 grams is falling after 93. So there are 100 students. So the total number of students who have done this is actually 7. Now we want this probability. So probability of a student reporting a mass greater than, what is the measurement? Greater than 6 grams. So what is that going to be? Number of required is 7. And what are the total number of students given? That's going to be 100. So you have a value of 0.07. So this is the probability, or 7%. So there is a 7% chance to locate a student like that. Okay. So this is a lovely question on probability and statistics. We move on to the next one.